Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin Late Night with the Devil Stars David Dasmalchian. In 1977, a live television broadcast goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into the nation's living rooms. David is one of those most underrated actors. At least, and I think a lot of people really like him. But it's just an actor that doesn't really get his upcuppins a lot. Like he's mostly there in the background and these bigger films. He's not really the main focus. But whenever he's there, he's like really good. He takes the screen, and so I haven't really seen him in a leading film. A movie I didn't really hear about, and actually I was planning on seeing, but I didn't get around to seeing it. But then I had a friend telling me like, "Oh, dude, you got to see this film." So I made time to go see this movie before Godzilla, and so that review should be already up. But and I'm like, this movie is perfect. Like I don't see a single problem with this film. The only really problem I have with it is a simple dragging a little bit towards the middle, and it picks up towards the end. But this film is bonkers. This this is more scary than Immaculate when and people are coming out like, oh, this movie is like scary. It's fucking nuts. The ending it will mess you the fuck up. And really, yeah, in the ending of that film, it could mess you the fuck up. But really, that movie is just like, what was the point of that? What was I watching? Nothing makes sense from beginning to end. And it's like it feels like the ending just wanted to have that ending for the sake of ending it. And so, but here it's like everything connects to one another. Everything has a purpose. It focuses on a TV show, a live broadcast TV show, like late night host TV show. I don't know how many times I'm going to say TV show in this review. You have David that plays this TV show host, Jack Delory. I'm pretty sure is how you say his character's name. And he has like this past thing that has happened to him. And so and he kind of disappeared for a little bit because of this past incident. And he tries to bring back his show and get back on top where he was because he disappeared. He basically has fallen off, and so he has this situation where he brings on these spiritualists that basically has like mediums basically come onto his show. Really, you have this one guy who is very well known, and you have all he's on tour right now. He gave it his time to go onto the show and to read some people's minds, and this one guy is not really going too well, and it's kind of like part of somewhat the plan, like this TV show story that they're going for. They also bring someone onto the show to debunk the show. Things just go horribly wrong. At first, they kind of start out somewhat normal. You have this guy coming out from you know backstage, and he's trying to read people's minds. Connect with the spirit realms, and it's not really going too well. So you're like, oh, this guy's a phony. And you have this you had one character that stays throughout the whole entire film. You're like, yeah, I kind of believe this guy. I'm like, I'm with this guy. Kind of goes into detective mode, trying to debunk these situations. I'm like, yeah, I see your point. And he proves this point again and again until a certain part. It's like it flips it on its head. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's real. This movie really builds it up to the end. This isn't really a scary type of film like Immaculate, where it's like it's noises off in the distance. It's trying to scare you. This is a slow build thriller to the point of everything just going fucking berserks. And so it does really build itself up towards the end with its cinematography, with its acting. There's not really any music in the film besides like the TV spot music. Every time it would cut to break, it would you hear like the break type of music, and it says we will be back. And they actually do something really cool, almost like behind the scenes type of filming, where they so the most of the movies like in this 4:8 ratio, and next whenever they cut to break, they go to like the normal ratio for a film, and they'll show what goes behind the scenes, like what the hosts and the producers are talking about, or what the leads are talking about, and people almost like backing out because like things are getting too serious, things are kind of getting out of the hand. But really, David's really thinking about trying to get back on top, really, and he doesn't care what everyone thinks. He's trying, and everything kind of leads up to everything just falling apart for this character, and you kind of feel bad for him. He had this trauma, and now he kind of just wants to not forget about it, but he tries to move on from it. But this event really messes him up, and like this is like, okay, this is the official career killer type of situation, because they also bring on, like, this other medium, I guess. I don't know what to really call this character. They say the word, but I just don't know how to say the word or remember the word fully. And they bring on this little girl who says it has like some form of attachment, and he really wants to get like this live event of like a demonic situation going on. And it's also cool that they do, try to show a way of how you could debunk a situation like this, which is really cool, because a lot of stuff that goes on in the paranormal, where, like, sometimes people will be like, okay, yep, that's a ghost. Case solved, and don't really go into debunking. There's a whole entire situation right now, or at least was. It's kind of somewhat died down a little bit, but with like Sam and Kobe, that's all I can really say about this film. This is a film that you have to go see yourself to really understand fully what I'm trying to say, because not a lot really happens when it comes to the story. The story is pretty simple, and if I say any more, it will kind of just give everything away. But what is really cool is the filming way of how they did things, and it's a very, very type of like artsy horror film. I'm gonna give Late Night with the Devil an A-. I highly recommend checking out when you guys can. I don't know how long it's gonna be in theaters for, but David does a great job, he deserves every support that he can get, because he does a great job whenever he is on screen in any film, really. This is a guy that deserves an Oscar, really. I mean, like, this isn't really an Oscar film, but there's been times I'm like, this man, give him an Oscar, give it to him for supporting role, like Oscar type of that he deserves. So yeah, go check it out when you guys can. Thank you guys for watching. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.